You ready? You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network.
Hello.
Mike, stop muting my mic. It's
Wow.
StreamYard. God damn it. Afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, gays and gays. Man, I am all over the place today. It's fine. It's fine. I haven't been smoking weed at all. This is the Real Pineapple Movie Podcast. This is your humble host, Hunter here. Hi. That intro has already lasted longer than the Ronda Rousey Gina Carano fight. Boom! Right at the game. Boom. And I'm here with the Afternoon Tunes, Nick. Nick, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I was doing great until I watched that whole card, and yep, it's one thing when I know it's going to be a shit show. It's another when I'm proven right.
So this is one thing I will give Nick, because as much shit as I give Nick, not nearly as much as I give Josh. Granted, Josh deserves it, but Nick is horrendously knowledgeable in terms of his not just because he trains in it, but his knowledge of MMA. And like, I'm a casual MMA fan, but I won't lie, when I saw like, hey, Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano, I was kind of like, all right, I don't, 10 years ago I would have cared. Like, I don't give a shit now. Like Ronda Rousey, it's kind of weird for her to go back to MMA after going from MMA to WWE, now back to, like, it's a very kind of jarring sort of, it's kind of like how Brock Lesnar technically wrestled Cain Velasquez for the WWE championship in Saudi Arabia. It's just one of those things you're like, wait, what? That feels like something that you would make up, and it's like, no, that actually fucking happened. Like, it's, what a weird sentence too. Like that was only done so Lesnar could get his win back, but also it's like, it's a scripted fight, fucker. Like, really, you're gonna take pride? Like, you're like, oh, like, we're 1-1. It's like, are you? I don't think you are at all. Actually, it's so weird. But yeah, I heard about the fight, and I use that term very loosely. Because yeah, most fights I've seen have lasted longer than 17 seconds, man. That is so.
That's just embarrassing.
Yeah. So Ronda Rousey tapped her out the armbar, right?
Yep, the armbar.
So one thing I will give Rousey, my issues, my multiple issues with Rousey aside, she knows how to get that armbar on. Like credit where it's due. She knows how to get that shit in from like multiple angles. And Gina Carano, I'm happy she still has me blocked on Twitter. I mean, I don't use Twitter anymore, but for those of you who aren't familiar, the big thing that got me blocked from her was, I was like, yeah, even Darth Vader wears a mask, you ignorant bitch. And of course and that was enough to get me blocked. It's like, damn, you can take a punch to the face, but you can't take the truth. Like amazing how that works. So I'm happy she tapped out just on principle, because use a bitch. But I guess what I would ask you, being an MMA guy, is like, how's the rest of the matches? Was there anything that you enjoyed?
I mean, it was a certified unk fest all around. I mean, the Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry was like the other big fight on the card, which that was Nate's best days were beyond him when he fought Conor McGregor the second time. So seeing him now at almost 40 years old, just getting like, there's so much scar tissue on his face that you just touch him once and he'll start bleeding everywhere.
Ooh.
It was rough to watch.
So like trash. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, trash. So I did see some clips of the fight, and to your point, it really reminds me of these wrestlers who are like in their 70s still trying to wrestle, and you're just like, god damn, dude, like, it's like, stop this. Like, this is bumming me. Like, this is bumming me the fuck. Like, it reminds me of like when I saw Roddy Piper, and he was wrestling in like his 60s, big old gut, still wearing like the trunks. I'm like, oh, this, like, It really, yeah, it's one of those
It's
things where you're like,
it's kind of
damn.
it's kind of like the dirty secret of all kind of combat sports, in that that the guys that got you into the sport, your heroes, they are going to stick around for too long,
Yeah,
and you are
1,000%.
eventually going to get your heart broken by them.
No, and it sucks because you have to have that, to your point, almost that internal conversation and go like,
Mhm.
and I think that's just really, I think that's just sports in general, because I think
Mhm.
so many of these people don't know how to live, without it. Like you look at someone like Tom Brady, married to one of the finest women in the world, and he could not walk away because he's dumb, and it's like,
Oh,
and now he's
bitch, you want me to stop playing football?
right. It's such an insane, like, can you be a husband and father to your kids? No, because I need to get hit by 300-pound men for 16 weeks out of, like, I don't get it. Like, also though, like, I will say it, like, if I were to like oh, hi Milo. If I were to like get into like, if I
Mhm.
had like some MMA career or like wrestling career, I couldn't be an analyst quick enough. I'd be like, oh, I get to sit behind a desk in a suit and just talk shit about everyone. I was like, oh my god, I could do that easy. Like, that's why Inside the NBA is one of my favorite shows, because it's just them like actually breaking it down, but it's like fun. Um, this is Saudi. Was this in Saudi Arabia? Was this
No, this was, I think it was in LA.
Oh wow, because
Yeah,
I
they aren't
saw
that.
some of the seating.
Now, MVP hasn't sold out that far yet.
Okay, because I was looking, and they had like very
It
bad
was
job
like, bro,
too.
there was
Like,
nobody in that crowd.
yeah, like that
There's
was
so many empty seats in there, which is
yeah,
just
that was
hilarious.
like,
It's hilarious because the entire buildup of the fight was just saying, yeah, we're gonna, sell out the arena. We're gonna be bigger than the UFC. We're gonna, build another league where guys can get paid. Which, fair is fair. Guys are going over there. They're getting signed and they're getting paid. I think like the lowest salary on that card was about 300K, which, if you're like making your UFC debut, you're on like 16 and 16.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, that's something. So like, I'm like, as a big wrestling fan, I always want there to be more promotions, more
Mhm.
organizations, because that means that the top promotions have to try harder and actually pay the fighters and wrestlers better, et cetera, et
Mhm.
cetera. But yeah, I saw some crowd shots last night, and I was like, y'all, like walk before you or crawl before you walk, like like easy. And so, but at the same time, it'll probably be a success just off of what, the clips and the social media
Mhm.
like views and all that. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do moving forward. But it's wild to me that there are that many empty seats for, but also like I
It's
think people
I mean,
forget.
you're asking people to pay top dollar to see Ronda Rousey in 2026. It's like a decade
Yeah,
past like her like rise to fame and her star power. And who else are you putting on the card? Nate Diaz, damn near 40 years old, and he beat Connor what, 10 years ago?
yeah. Which, seeing Connor coming back, like he's gonna fight
Oh,
again. We'll
that's how you
see. We'll
that
see.
that's
Like,
how fucking Dana White's petty, because he waited the moment until Francis Ngannou was walking out to drop the promo.
yeah. Like Dana White, man, like
Mhm.
hearing by the way, I wasn't gonna do soapbox corner, but I just remembered
Okay.
something that Dana White said recently that genuinely pissed me off. He was talking about how like men in therapy are basically pussies, and I'm just like, man, I mean, well, first off, men in therapy probably wouldn't hit their wives, so I mean,
Mhm.
point one to men in
Dude,
therapy,
dude,
but
that was the most embarrassing thing, because like immediately after that he went on the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne, who I
mhm.
also think is kind of a prick, but he was
Oh, he
actually
is.
pressing him. He like wasn't throwing any softballs.
So I have a big love-hate relationship with Charlemagne the God. Sometimes I think he is why am I mincing words? Coonish to an
Bootlicker.
almost coonish to a Perry-esque degree. And then there are these other times I'm like, oh, he actually might fucking get it. And I saw those clips of him and Dana White. I was like, Okay, credit where it's due. You actually held its feet to the fire, which, by the way, people, especially with these fucking rich assholes, do that shit more. Don't be a Jimmy Fallon. Actually, if you have one of these people fucking in, do your goddamn job. Which Dana White, if you ever want to come on The Real Pineapple, I'd love to interview you. I promise I won't bring up how shitty Power Slap is and what a shitty partner you are, or how you laid your hands on your wife
not
at
going to
all.
bring up the criminally underpaying fighters,
I wouldn't.
Exploitative contracts, which, just going back to like what you were saying about MVP MMA, if they even do a second event, who do you get to headline? Because like all of the top names in the sport, they are locked in on UFC contracts. It's like it's like it's damn near impossible to fight out your contract because the UFC, and I think there was a video on a channel called MMA on Point. They broke it down. It's like they have a matching rights clause. They are only legally obligated to offer you 3 fights a year, and but they can just say they're offering you a fight, and they can like stall your career and like hold you up with the matchmaking when you like start to run out your contract. So fighting out your contract, it's basically impossible.
Yeah, but no, we love the fighters. We just I have so much, like, the level of disdain I have for Dana White, because he's bald Vince McMahon. Like, that's what he is. Like at the end of the day, he's bald Vince McMahon. And he's even talked about how Vince McMahon was an inspiration, which, if like, hello, red flag, nice to meet you. Like, like don't say shit like that. So, and I've made my feelings about TKO the way that they have the UFC WWE partnership. I've talked about how gross both companies are and how it just truly does sicken me the way that these people are paid fucking peanuts for as much money as they're bringing in. TKO literally talked about record profits, pay the fighters more. Psh, why would we do that? They love fighting for for below what they should get paid. What are you talking about? Like fuck out of here.
But we're kind of seeing the consequences of that now, where you have guys like an Alex Pereira who came over a couple of years ago from kickboxing. We're seeing a lot of guys from that same organization, like Rico Verhoeven, who was the Glory heavyweight champion for almost 15 plus years. He hasn't lost a fight in like damn near 20 years. And he got an offer from the UFC, but he saw what they were paying. And it's like, bitch, fuck you. I'm boxing Tyson Fury.
Oh, that's him. Okay. Yeah.
That was him.
Okay.
That was,
that's funny.
And another guy who was Artem Vakhidov, who was the Glory light heavyweight champion, the last guy to beat Alex Pereira in kickboxing. He won a contract on Dana White's Contender Series, and then he saw how much they were paying. He said, nah, fuck you. I'm going back to kickboxing.
Smart. Which, I mean,
So it's a situation where you are pricing out potentially like world-class talent now because you're so fucking cheap.
Yeah, so it's interesting, and the last thing I'll say about it is to tie it to wrestling a tad. Swerve Strickland, one of my favorite wrestlers right now, love that motherfucker. He talked about how WWE straight up, like, he got called by Triple H, punk ass, about a year ago, trying to get him to get out of his contract, but basically said, like, you're not worth what AEW is paying you. So basically, if you try to jump back to us, we're not going to pay you that much. It's like, if there's any piece of advice I can give y'all, and this is especially for, if you're in your like 20s listening to the show, which, God help you if you are, but but honestly, always know what you're fucking worth. Do not accept less than what you're worth. And it's good to see that there are these athletes now that are kind of waking up to the fact that I mentioned on last stream how TKO apparently has been going around to WWE talent and telling them to take as much as a 50% pay cut when TKO just posted record profits for last year. It's like, fuck all the way off. But apparently, because they're talking about Dana White, Nick Khan, to name a few of the higher ups, got upwards of a 30% to a 300% raise. Get the fuck out of here. If I'm a wrestler or a UFC fighter and I could get out and go somewhere else, please do that. Like, you deserve to get paid more than what you're getting paid. So yeah, people, please know what you're worth. But yeah, fuck Dana White. But also come on the show. I'd love to grill you and actually, like
actually pick your brain.
Yeah,
actually pick your brain. Wink.
yeah, exactly. Actually, now that I think about it, is there anyone in the women's like division? Is there anyone even close to being that next Ronda Rousey? Like, is there anyone, do you think?
Not really. There were a couple a few years ago, like Zhang Wei Li. As far as skill wise, she is up there with Ronda Rousey, but I don't know if she has the same name and star power that Rousey did back in the day.
Okay. Because I was actually thinking about that. I was like, yeah, like Rousey is, in terms of like, there's been a couple female fighters where it's like they've kind of flirted with maybe their necks, and then it just seemed like, I don't know if Dana was like, oh, I don't want you leaving me like Ronda did. Like, no, we're not going to push you now. Like, because it feels like Dana, like, and I bring up Conor McGregor for that reason, because it like his relationship with the UFC has been tumultuous, to put it mildly. And while I hate Conor, let me be clear, I fucking hate Conor McGregor. He's a fucking prick.
Yeah, I honestly think that he loses to Max Holloway badly.
Really? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. You heard it here first, people. If a Boondock Saints poster could become a person, it would be Conor McGregor. I can't stand Conor McGregor. I've never liked the motherfucker. But with that said, I will give him credit for at least knowing what he's worth and actually speaking up on how Dana is like a cheap sleazeball, which he is. Not a big fan of how he treats buses, but but I will say that at least Conor,
or old people who don't want to drink his terrible whiskey.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not a big whiskey drinker, but I was at a bar maybe like 8 months ago. And I really wanted a whiskey sour for some reason. Don't know why. It just kind of hit me, and he's like, "What kind of whiskey do you want?" And I was like, "I don't know, surprise me." And they gave me what ended up being Conor McGregor's whiskey, and I was like, "Oh, this." And I straight up told the bartender, "I'm like, yeah, we need to run this back, like, but with a different whiskey. This tastes like shit." And he's like, and he started laughing. I was like, "What's so funny?" He's like, "Oh, that's Conor McGregor's whiskey." I'm like, "Oh, no wonder." I was like, "You would think it would." I was like, "You would think it would pack a punch." And then we both looked at each other for a minute, and we were just like, "All right, we're gonna move past that pun, but nice." But yeah, I can't believe Conor's coming back, but yeah, Dana's desperate, whatever. Anyways, but moving on to our feature event here. So I got back to the theater for the first time.
Yeah.
Since oh god, what's the last thing I saw? Housemaid, maybe. So it's been like February, like it's been a minute, y'all. And I've talked about like work being insane and just life happening, but I'm at a point where it's kind of slowing down. So as we head into summer, got best of worst stuff done. Those are up on the channel right now. So now we're in this year proper. I am going to review some stuff still from last year, but we're moving forward in terms of this year. And so I really wanted to check out Obsessed, because when Nick is talking about horror and he's like hyped about something, I'm like, okay, I'm listening, because like Nick rarely gives bad recommendations. That, like, Nick is actually one of the people I respect the most in terms of giving recs. Like, Nick is usually like on his shit. I've raved millions of times about the Black Phone and how clutch that recommendation was. Black Phone 2, of course, made my best stuff. Pardon me. No, not my worst stuff. No, it's great. It's watching Black Phone 2. But that made my best stuff for 2025. Love Black Phone 2. So when Nick saw this movie Obsessed,
Obsession is the
God damn, I keep getting that confused with the Beyonce movie. Fuck. Okay, it's Obsession. Fuck. But when Nick came out just singing its praises, like, y'all, you're not ready for this. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go see it. So got off work yesterday, did a double feature. I will be reviewing Is God Is later tonight, which I've got a lot to say about that one. But going into this, I only saw the one trailer and I saw it once. Like I made a point. I was like, I'm not gonna watch this multiple times. I want to go in as cold as possible. And what I will say before we kind of jump in is, as much as Nick was hyping this up, he still undersold it. Like, like, my one of my friends, I was telling them how I watched it, and they're like, "Dude, like, send how you feel about it in a GIF." I sent that SpongeBob GIF where he's like looking at the tea or like at the coffee, and he's kind of just like, because it was one of those things where
yeah, I think I sent a reaction. It's just like the scene from Ready or Not where Grace is just yelling at the car. It's like, just me if I ever meet Curry Barker. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's one of those things like this, and we will dance around heavily around spoilers. But what I will say is, the fact that the budget on this was only $1 million is insane.
I think less. I think some sources reported for like under 750K.
That's crazy. Google is showing $1 million, so I'll just we'll just say $1 million. But the amount of stuff that goes down in this movie, so I can't spoil this because it happens very early on in the film. So Bear, who's played by Michael Johnston, who, like, how do I put this? He it's really crazy because I remember him from Teen Wolf. And like now look, I have mentioned this once or twice because I remember him being on Teen Wolf, and I really like Teen Wolf. The show is shockingly fun. It's a shockingly good MTV show. Unlike the Scream show that they did, but it's a shockingly fun pulpy show. And I remember watching being like, okay, I think I like this guy. I wonder what he could potentially do next. And he's in that Michael Fassbender 12 Years a Slave category where I'm like, I'm gonna be mad at you for a minute.
Yeah, after this performance, I will never trust this guy in anything again.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, like if I was having tea and like I happen to see Allison Williams walk around, I'd be like, get away from me. it's like I want to keep my body, you crazy bitch. But he plays Bear, and the thing about Bear from Jump is the movie starts with him walking into his house and his cat's died. His cat Sandy. And I won't lie, as a cat dad, very triggering. Like that was something I was like, oh wow, all right, don't like this start. This already has me. This already, like, you're at a C- now. Fuck you, movie. But that is done very intentionally to set up his character, because the fact of the matter is he's so numb to it. Like he doesn't give a fuck. Like his cat died and he brushes past that shit like it's nothing. And I was like, oh wow, that's a red flag. That's not even a flag. That's a neon fucking sign for your ass.
And there's so many ways you could kind of take the title of the movie, Obsession. Is like, what is it referring to? Is it referring to the decision that that Bear makes? Is it referring to Bear's initial crush on Nikki? And I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards that, because he's like in bed, he's like sobbing over his cat for like the early part of the movie when we get to the title card, but then it just cuts to him just doom scrolling on Nikki's Instagram.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like, it couldn't have been more than like 2 hours, and he's just like, whatever, my cat's dead. I'm like, the fuck, dude? Like, so okay. There's so much about this movie. Like there's so much to talk about in this movie. So I will start off with just a couple things from my perspective. And I know some people are gonna give me shit about this, but it's true. I had the same feeling walking out of that theater that I did when I walked out of Get Out, where it was one of those feelings where I was like, I just witnessed something that is going to inspire a whole new generation of horror fans, writers, directors. Like, this is going to influence so many people, and I'm one of the reasons I love doing this is that we get to see stuff like this that like hits us in the spot where it's like, oh wow, I feel like I was changed by that shit.
Yeah,
and
It's one of those rare things because we heard about this movie from like all of the festival circuits, from like screenings they had at stuff like TIFF and South by Southwest, and talking about how amazing it is, how it's like one of the most fucked up horror movies that come out in recent years. And I I've been doing this long enough that I'm kind of, every time I hear that, I kind of temper my expectations a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
absolutely.
But it's a rare thing when you see a movie that is as hyped as it is, and it not only lives up to it, but all of that hype feels like it was underselling.
Yeah, so it's a very random comparison, but I felt the same way when people are like, "Dude, you're not ready for how brilliant Paddington 2 is." I'm like, "It's a CGI bear. Let's see. Like, give me a fucking break." And as I'm sitting there watching this, I'm going, so the thing about this movie that I kind of appreciate is that there's a point very early on that you just know there's no good ending that's coming for like the movie's pretty clear, like this is just gonna end bad no matter what. And part of the fun is seeing how bad things get. And every time I thought things were bad, the movie almost like looked at me and went, "Oh, you thought that was bad." And then it got worse. I'm like, holy fuck. Like, there are just so many points in this where you're watching Bear and you're like, dude, you're just like, fuck doesn't even begin to cover how much trouble you're in. Like, you are like, I don't know what beyond fucked is, but you're like, that's it. That's where you're living now.
Yeah, but
And
this movie is kind of like it in a Twilight Zone era where this is a hell of Bear's own making. And the movie I was so like worried about this going into it, because of course the whole premise of the movie is that he makes a wish for his crush Nikki to love him more than anyone in the world. And I was kind of worried that the movie wouldn't go in that direction of really emphasizing that Nikki is the real victim in all this and Bear is the real monster. And it just kind of occurred to me now, is like, I think the character is named that because of that online trend a while ago. It was like, would you rather be stuck in a room with a man or a bear?
Literally my first note. Literally the first note. Because I like, when I heard his name the first time, I'm like, do you think he say bear? And it was like, I was like, okay. Like, I think the thing that really surprised me the most about this, to your point, because that was kind of my concern about when I first started watching Jessica Jones. I'm like, are they going to give Kilgrave an out to be like, well, I was abused as a kid, and so, and the show goes, yeah, you were abused as a kid, but fuck you, it doesn't in any way justify how you're treating these people and taking their will away. And that is the thing about this movie that it hammers home over and over again, is the fact that this wish, at a base level, it's stupid as fuck. Because like, of all the things you could wish for, really, like this one, like that's what you're like. Candace said in the chat, "What a waste of a wish," and he's 1,000% right. I was like, yeah, that's stupid. B, and I think this is the thing that irritated me the second most about him, is that he's a fucking pussy. She gives him multiple chances to just be like, tell me how you feel. Do you have feelings for me?
Yeah, and that's the real, I think, the real thing that that Curry Barker is trying to criticize about this movie, is because there's so many ways to take this initial scene, because we see their dynamic at this trivia night that Bear gets invited to. They're friendly, bantering, but nothing really screams like romantic chemistry
at all.
And then he like shoots his shot, and you can tell that Nikki is kind of annoyed at it, and she just straight up asks him, "Do you like me?"
Yeah, and he says no.
Of course, pussy's out.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, yeah, like, look, dude, it's like,
and I think this is something that the director said, is like, he makes the wish. He has a chance to, just be upfront with this girl that he likes, but instead he, almost makes the wish out of spite, and almost like, there's no way this thing is actually gonna work.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's so, it's so pussy because it is like
Mhm.
she just, and she does sound annoying when she asks him, but it's like,
Mhm.
dude, she's giving you the on ramp. Just
Yeah, but
fucking have this
yeah, but
conversation. Like,
but what's works so well about that scene is the look that she gives right after he says, "No, I just think we're friends." And I'm not sure how to read that because on first watch, it kind of read like relief, but on the second viewing, because I saw this twice, because AMC Stubs A-list, baby.
hell yeah.
I saw this yesterday, and on second viewing, it kind of read like disappointment. Like there's
Interesting.
like I think even Curry Barker said this is like there was a version of this where Bear and Nikki's feelings were, mutual. And I think that kind of adds to the tragedy of this movie because Bear just takes that choice completely away from her.
And that right there is the thing. Like, look, I mean, I've talked about on the show here dating in my
Mhm.
20s. Oh man, whew, there were some misses or some swings, definitely some stuff. I was like, oh, that's bad. Um, it's a part of you always continuing to grow and continuing to evolve. And the thing about Bear is that he's clearly like flatlined in terms of I don't need to work on myself.
Mhm.
And it's such a like from jump, it's such a like his friend Ian straight up tells him, and his friend is a true friend because he tells
Also
him
kind of
like,
sucks.
we'll get there. But like Ian is very straight up in terms of like, dude, you cannot ask her out like that. Like that is fucking like you can like if he could float and had electric powers, he'd be a Spider-Man villain. Like you're just like, dude, you cannot talk to this girl like this. Like, and there's this great kind of like red herring they throw like very early on in terms of
Mhm.
like that. I was like, oh, that's
Oh,
fucking clever.
the openings of the movie
Oh
where he's like
yeah,
confessing his feelings to what we think is Nikki, but it cuts. It's just a waitress at this diner who I guess is just humoring them.
yeah. Like you can hear her in her head saying like, "You motherfuckers better tip at least 20." I
Oh my
swear to
god.
God, like because and they should have just on principle. Because if the thing is, if any of my friends
Mhm.
told me, "Hey, like I'm gonna send her this text," I'd be like, "Yeah, don't send that. Like, do not, do
Yeah,
not
that's a
send that fucking
terrible idea.
like that's a like that's a text Ryan Murphy would tell you to send. Like that is a horrible fucking text. Do not send that shit." And the thing about the movie is like as it continues on,
Mhm.
and before I do that, I gotta shout out the girl who plays Nikki. How do you say her name? Indy
Indy Navarrete, who
Navarrete.
I
Okay.
didn't really see her much before, but then I remembered, right, she's the girl from Superman and Lois.
Yeah, that's where my like it took me like a minute. I was like, why do
Mhm.
I? Oh yeah, and then it clicked. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, okay, that's
it's like this is one of the best performances I think I've seen in since like Mia Goth and Pearl, and she said that that was one of the inspirations for both versions of Nikki that we see in this. But the sheer physicality she brings to it, the way that she's like changing her facial expressions and her how she's moving like through the shadows in this movie, it's it's like it's like if the uncanny valley were a person.
that. Wow,
Mhm.
you nailed that shit. Wow, goddamn, yeah, no notes. That is like actually a perfect. That's a perfect comparison. So let's get it out of the way. Fine as hell. Lord have mercy. This is just this is absolutely gorgeous. To your point, the tragedy in which she plays Nikki, like
Mhm.
it's fucking heartbreaking
Yeah,
at multiple points.
especially in like the brief moments where the real Nikki breaks through. And like every one of those, it's just so sad and horrifying to watch.
Like you just really do want to give her a hug because she's going
Mhm.
through like to what you're to piggyback off that. Those little kind of glitches in the Matrix moments where
Mhm.
the real Nikki's breaking through. You're like, oh fuck, like there is this point where there's this amazing, and let me rephrase that or say it again, fucking prime jump scare, like the first one. I was like, god damn, like it's so well done. But Nick pointed out something that when you said it, I was like, oh fuck that, damn, okay. There's such a reason for this jump scare, And it's kind of a pattern that the film does, where
Mhm.
anytime there's something that should involve consent, the
Mhm.
film like almost like jolts you. And I don't
Mhm.
want to really give any of the other ones away, but
Yeah,
there are
but
these little
yeah, I think I know what you're referring to, and I think it's talking about that clip we see in the diner. And it's like the
yep.
one that's circulating around where she's just going, no, 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 don't.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the moment that it hits Bear that, yeah, this wish was real. This worked. And,
Yeah.
and like this wish is forcing Nikki to be with me, but it immediately cuts to them having sex, which is the most
Yeah.
disturbing sex scene because, and more to Navarrette's performance, because she's making, all of the right sounds, but there's just this blank, expressionless stare on her face. And it's
Yeah.
horrifying to watch.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like I was like, it's like the sex scenes in Michael Fassbender's Shame, where you're just like where you're just like, oh, there's nothing hot about this at all. This is like actually quite tragic and is like
Mhm.
making sex look not like a lot of fun right now. And which, by the way, that was the thing like from Jump about Bear that I went, oh
Mhm.
yeah, this is like the biggest the fact that he uses his grief about his cat to get laid is such a like when I was like breaking that down in my head, like the level of ick just kept
Mhm.
rising as I started connecting other dots. Because one of the things that we can say is that Nikki has something in her life that she confesses that's really tragic,
Mhm.
and it does not deter Bear at all. There is no, hey, like, do you want to sit up and talk about it? Like, how can I support you? It's like, oh no, later here, let's go ahead and oh, condom, yes, no, like, what do we do? It's like, dude, what
Yeah,
the fuck? It's like,
yeah,
how is
Bear.
this not?
Yeah, Bear's a fucking monster. And,
Yeah,
I was kind of on the fence about that a little bit. It was like, you could write off a little bit of the initial wish and the behavior before that scene of, okay, maybe he's like in denial. Maybe he just, wasn't really certain if the wish worked or not. Maybe Nikki is going through some shit. But nope, he just doubles down once he realizes the wish is real.
yeah,
Because
and
and that's the thing about people like this. These, people who just are kind of woe is me when it comes to dating and relationships. They don't ultimately care about the other person. They only care about them in the way that it makes them feel special.
yeah, like he, it's very much one of those things where it's like, I don't think he cares about Nikki at all. I think he
Mhm.
enjoys the idea of Nikki in terms of
Mhm.
being like a conquest and something he's always wanted. I don't think he fucking cares about her as a person at fucking all. And the
Mhm.
more the film goes on, the more the film goes, oh yeah, he doesn't give a fuck about her at all. There's this other girl in the movie, what's her name? Sarah, I want to say.
Yeah, Sarah, yeah, the
Um,
character Sarah, who's one of their other coworkers, who's like the other girl in their friend group.
yeah, who like I recognize her from I remember she was in like a table a table movie Table 19, which is actually
Mhm.
pretty fun flick. She's also in The Hate You Give. Um I thought she was great. I thought she
Mhm.
was fucking awesome in this shit. Um this really is kind of a showcase for like this really is like a showcase for the women
Mhm.
in this movie, which is really fucking cool. I will say the thing that so first off, her goth like alt goth girl look. Yes, please.
That is like
But
that is like the if you could like look up my type in the dictionary, that's probably it. That's
yeah, like
probably it.
I was just like, hey, you want to smoke some weed and listen to Sleep Token? Like, come on. but, but, but that's right. Yeah, and I know what I'm talking about sometimes. But but she was
Mhm.
cool. She was just that
Yeah,
cool, like
yeah, it's like so many of these movies. And her character I think fascinates me the most because I think every character in this like friend group, they all suck in their own kind of way,
oh
but
yeah.
it's all the way you kind of suck when you're just in your 20s and you don't really know how to communicate.
Yeah, because like so much, like, and this is one of my big issues with rom-coms. So much shit would be
Mhm,
fixed if you just fucking communicate.
mhm,
But there's so many points in this where people are trying to communicating and then something fucking nuts happens or circumstances won't allow them to communicate in the way that they should. And so he's very good at covering those bases. That's an easy trap that I think a lesser writer director would have fallen into.
mhm,
Um in terms of Bear and like, so one thing we didn't mention is the whole and you actually mentioned it earlier. Another
mhm.
reason, like props on this. One of my favorite genres are movies that are clearly inspired by Twilight Zone. And this is, and like you mentioned it earlier, there's the William Shatner diner episode where they're like clicking on the little napkin dispenser and it's like a little fortune teller thing. And
Mhm.
so when Bear goes into this little like shop and sees this thing that he can break for $6.99 to go ahead and you get one
The
wish.
one wish
uh,
willow.
the one which Willow, the girl who sells it to him says everything but do not fucking buy this. This will like ruin everything for you.
Yeah,
And
it's
in
like
like,
yeah, it's like some people buy it, some people come back and complain about it. He looks like on like Reddit is like, "Hey, are these things real?" And he sees like a bunch of conflicting stuff on it.
but it's like alarming conflicting
Mhm.
stuff where you are just like, yeah, why would you even fuck with this? Like, I know Bradley's gonna watch this and be like, whatever, $6.99 for whatever I want, what a deal. And it's gonna be like, God damn it.
Yeah,
like
but
I
we have already established that Brad is 100% reading from the Necronomicon like no
a
biggie.
1,000%. Yeah,
But but
that's why gas is
it,
so high. Blame
but
Brad.
it's another thing where every example we see in this movie of a character using the wish, they turned out fine. It was like there's a
Yeah,
point where he goes back to the shop and like the guy working the register is like, "Hey, dude, you just gotta chill. Yeah, I'd help you, but I already used my wish and it turned out okay."
and it's
And there's
interesting
and
too.
there's
Yeah.
one like in the third act that I won't give away because I think it's a great moment of levity in this very,
Yeah.
very dark film.
But honestly, I would have done that, but like more is what without spoiling it. But it's that thing that when that person makes a wish, I was like, yeah, that's what I would do. But again, more. But to kind of start to wrap up here, one of the things that surprised me, and I mean this as a huge compliment, this reminded me very similarly to that movie Drop that came out last year, another movie that I adore. Um,
Hmm,
but
really? How?
wait, oh not Drop. Wait, is that the one I'm talking about? That's the one with the girl on the first date, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I dug Drop so much. I have a lot of fun
Mhm.
with that movie. But the third act of this shit just goes banana cray cray. Like I can't express enough. I was texting Nick after the movie, just like, dude, what the fuck? Like I was just like, every time something happens in the third act, you're like, oh my god. But then something else happened. You're like, Jesus Christ. There is a scene at a party that is one of the most uncomfortable things. It reminded me of Nicolas Cage trying to have sex in Dream Scenario. How I was like, I don't want to be in my seat right now. Like my body is like actively squirming because of how uncomfortable I am. And it takes a lot to make me uncomfortable. And that scene at the party, I was like, holy fuck.
That is
There's
like
like
that is the most disturbing scene in the whole movie.
it's it
It is
ugh.
one of.
Yeah, and there's a the thing that made me laugh. There's a black guy that like you'll see him in there. He's got got a good haircut too. There's a
Uh-huh.
black dude in that scene who is that's exactly how I'd be reacting. He's like looking around
What
like
the
nigga, are you
fuck?
watching? Like he's looking
It's
around
like,
like
what the who the
yeah,
fuck are my friends?
yeah, like he's looking around like he's like, okay, I'm gonna have to cut some
Mhm.
people out. Like if
Yeah,
you're
and it's another scene that I don't really want to give stuff away, but we hear from hearsay and other characters in this movie, is like, Sarah and Nikki were talking, and she was saying that, yeah, she only sees Bear as kind of like a little brother, which goes into this kind of spoken word short story that Nikki reads at this party that has some very disturbing undertones.
Yeah, that story, that's like, and I think that's the thing that, like, it's very much something you need to fucking grow out of, is in terms of, there are multiple points where she says something that's so disturbing or so like, what the fuck, or she'll do something and he's like, oh, you want to go fuck, and it's like, dude, at what point do you go, no, this is
No,
bad, like,
no, the moment where I think, if it didn't land before, the moment where it solidifies that Bear is the villain of this story is because I think it's a moment in one of the trailers. He actually calls like the customer support line for the One Wish Willow,
yeah,
which we get a vocal cameo from Curry Barker. And
yeah,
he's like asking, is like, okay, can I just alter the wish? Because he knows that Nikki has no agency. He just doesn't care. He just wants to have like a Nikki that acts like normal in his eyes.
exactly, like,
And
it's
and
not about
there
her, it's about him.
and that ends in one of the most disturbing scenes that I can't give away just talking about this now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that scene in particular is just one of those things where you're like, all right, this is like if we weren't off the reservation before, like, this is like,
If we
uh,
weren't firmly in the fuck Bear, Bear is a monster, there is not a grave or a punishment deep enough for Bear.
so yeah, exactly. So what I will say before you get to grades is, I will say this. I sat in my seat the whole time throughout the
Mhm,
credits. Um a very I love the ending, by the way.
mhm,
Very, you mentioned Pearl, and that's all I'll say. Um, but I sat in my seat the whole time, and I just was like, all right, I'm gonna just kind of sit here and let this digest and everything. And there were three men who were with their partners, that their female partners,
mhm.
and two of them were like, that was preachy. And one guy was like, God damn, that's gonna stick with me. The two
Mhm.
women who were with the guys who said that was preachy gave them this look like, oh, we are so breaking up in like a week. No, like, it was like uncanny the way that they looked at them like, really, dude. And I'm gonna say the same thing I said when Promising Young Woman came out. Some of y'all really need to look at your behavior
Mhm.
and look at that movie for what it is, and that is not just a at points a cautionary tale, but in the same way that art should inspire you, it should make you want to look inward, and it
Mhm.
should make you want to be better. And there are multiple, and the thing that's so one of the things that's so tragic about this is that Barry has multiple points where he
Mhm.
could be better and he refuses to be. um I believe God, the universe, whatever term you want to put out, if you're just being a douche, usually the universe might give you like one or two chances. It's like, okay. But there is a point where you are just genuinely tempting, again, God, fate, whatever term you want to put. And then fate's like, all right, we're gonna go Final Destination with it now. Like we're gonna check your ass. And Bear has multiple points
Mhm.
where he could have, like, the universe is kind of going like, all right, dude, you're being a douche, like you should, like, we
Mhm.
should stop this.
And
And he just,
it's multiple points where he is presented the opportunity to do the right thing, or the most right thing in this whole situation.
yeah, and he doesn't do it. It's one of those things where you're just like, fuck,
Yeah,
man.
which
So
which which I'm seeing a lot of people talking about the ending, and there is a decision that Bear makes that I think solidifies that, no, this guy's a fucking monster. He needs to go.
yeah, oh, 1,000%. Yeah, it's, oh god, it's so fascinating. I will say too, um, I've read a couple reviews from women
Mhm.
that are just bagging on this movie. I Y'all need to rewatch it. Like, I'm gonna be nice. Like, I'm not gonna say what I what I really think. For once, I'm gonna keep it to myself. But yeah, some of y'all really need to like stop going to the Lena Dunham school of film breakdown and like and like just like I'm begging y'all, like rewatch it. Like you really need to rewatch it because
Mhm.
you are very wrong. The only people who I think would really hate this film are the same people who are listening to Iceman this weekend and saying it's great. If you which yeah, there's a reason why you're still listening to Drake in 2026. But getting to my as in terms of a grade, for me, you know, as I've been getting more into horror over the
Mhm.
last like 5 years, I think about stuff like I think about stuff like The Invisible Man. I think about stuff like Get Out,
Mhm.
um, like Promising Young Woman, because that is definitely more of a horror film than a lot of you actually want to bring up. You know, I think about X. Like I think about these things where I remember where I was, and I was like, "Fuck that!" Like that makes me want to get more into the genre more,
Mhm.
and see how these directors take different swings and you know, we talk about how comic books are political. You know, sci-fi and horror has always been political.
Mhm.
It's one of the reasons why something like the Twilight Zone is such a big foundation of my love of film and my love of how media can be used to go ahead and teach lessons and provide commentary. And I think it's incredible when it's done right. This is done so right. Like I can't wait to buy this
Mhm.
on 4K. Like I cannot wait for to own this, and this will be an October watch. Like, um,
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm hyped to go ahead and rewatch this.
Yeah,
Um,
and yeah, even just on the because we've talked so much about the, the story of this, the, themes that Curry Barker's using. Just on a technical aspect, this is one of the most impressive films of the year. Just the way that he's using lighting and shadow, especially like once Nikki is in the trance of this wish, how much she is
yeah,
just seen in silhouette, where you see just like the little glints of her eyes.
yeah, there are definitely these just moments where there's this one scene where he's sleeping and you see her against the back wall, and oh man,
You almost
like
like do a double take because like
yeah, yeah,
it's like
but
you
like
don't notice until it's like pointed out to you.
it's interesting. Kind of gave me like the Void Thunderbolts vibes, where these
Mhm.
points where she's so in shadow, and that's like clearly, you know, there's the obviously visual, but also the actual, you know, metaphor underneath of like her being like completely hidden and her not being who she is,
Mhm.
which is a great little visual cue there. Which again, like, there's gonna be a lot of stuff about this that I think people are gonna miss on a first watch,
Mhm.
and that's one reason I'm excited to
Yeah,
rewatch it
yeah, it's like
because
it's like I liked this movie when I first saw it Thursday night. I went to a late screening, but I didn't love it until after the second time.
interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
I saw this last night at 7:10. I was
Mhm.
basically for full theater, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm normally like, you people, like, why are you here? Why are you making the lines long? But watching that
But
with a crowd
I'm
was
Yeah, I'm with you on that, but there's something special about like great horror with a crowd.
yeah, like this is one of those like when I saw Us with a crowd, I saw that on Friday night, or no, I saw it on the Friday night, and I remember just being like, oh, I'm so happy I saw it with a crowd. If you can see us with a crowd, see us with a crowd. Like I would because there were, oh man, because there were some guys who like myself who were like god damn at multiple points. There's a scene for Brick in here that I was like, oh cool. I was like, oh wow, that's gonna stick with me. Yeah, that ooh, yeah, I took the trash out earlier, saw a brick. I shuddered around it. I was like, yeah, I was like, ah! I was like, get away from me. But I but yeah, I like I was kind of mad, and
Mhm.
not even mad, but like I was really sitting here trying to think of a complaint. Like, but I really don't have like I was really sitting here. I'm like, do I really have a complaint about this? I'm like, no, not really. Like, no, it's
Yeah.
perfectly like It's under 2 hours, which thank
Mhm.
God. It's like an hour 45-ish. It doesn't overstay its welcome. I think after the setup, it gets going pretty fucking
Mhm.
quick, honestly, which I was actually surprised by. Like the setup is actually quicker than I kind of expected it to be.
Mhm.
But it's a very comfortably written script. It's funny at multiple points.
A- and
You
and not just funny in the like uncomfortable laughter like I was doing through most of that party scene. It's like it's
yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's like there's
it's
multiple
really
like
is funny.
deliveries, and especially with how they play with how Nikki is in this trance. It's like especially towards the third act, there's some delivery she gets that I just laughed out loud.
Same. Yeah, that story in particular is just, it's aces. But yeah, this is a fan fucking tastic for me. Like I genuinely was like, huh. Yeah, I can't think of a reason to not give this 5 stars. Letterbox review is up, by the way. But I will say this is something I would do I would definitely do a double feature of this and companion.
Oh
Um
yeah, it's like the second you
like
mentioned that, it was like, yep, that is so apt.
Yeah, so that'll be a real scary series. I might run those. I might do
Yeah,
like a
this is
live
the
like a watch
feel bad
along.
version of Companion.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what this is. But it's oh god damn it! Like I was so happy. I was honored to watch this in a theater,
Mhm,
and it's one of those things that I know the year is still young. It's
mhm.
still a lot coming out. I don't see a world where this isn't in my top 10 this year. Like there would have to be some like unless we're getting like 10 Sinners quality films for the rest of the year, which I don't think we will. But unless that happens, there's no way this isn't in my top 10. Like I not only do I love this movie, I have genuine admiration for it.
Mhm,
So a tip of the cap to tip of the beanie to everyone who's involved in this, and I cannot wait to see what everyone in this cast does moving forward. Like I'm floored by Obsession. Like
mhm.
so yeah, it's amazing what horror can do when it's done right. So yeah, fan fucking tastic for me. Nick, your final thoughts and great, sir.
Oof, likewise, just on a technical level, this is confident in a way that you don't see a lot out of, first time feature directors. And, this is another one of these YouTubers who's turning into like a proper filmmaker. And
Oh, is it really?
yeah, Curry Barker, he's another
Oh
YouTuber.
shit! Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
if you're
cool. God
yeah, if you're
damn it.
interested, look up Milk and Cereal. That's one of his that's like his horror short film. But
Okay.
um yeah, it's just such a well-written script. It's a movie that is like so confident in its storytelling. The performances, as great as they are, I cannot wait for Inda Navarrete to get snubbed at the Oscars, because this is a legitimate like
It is.
star-making, once in a generation kind of performance from her. And and like you were saying, I'm in awe of this movie. I
Yeah.
cannot wait to see what everybody in this cast and this crew does next. Curry Barker's next feature is already like done filming. It's coming out later I think either this or next year. And
Oh
he's already
damn.
been
Okay.
tapped to reboot Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, that's right. He did get
Mhm,
that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Given the how the violence is handled in this, that's gonna be.
mhm.
I'm excited for that shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like
That.
yeah, I think I said it like when I was like coming home yesterday. It's like give Curry Barker, give the Philippou brothers, give like Damian McCarthy, give them the keys to the fucking genre, because they are
Yeah.
incredible. This is fan fucking tastic. This is cinema. This is a 5-star film. On my best of list, this is my city. It's between this and Project Hail Mary of fighting it out as my number one.
Ooh, so it's funny. I actually rented Project Hail Mary, so I will be watching that here at some point this week. I know nothing about it. I just know I'm gonna
Cool.
cry. I know I'll cry because like I mean I cry a lot. The world's a lot. The world's a lot right now, people. But I know Project
Oh
Hail Mary will
yes.
make me cry. So yeah, but y'all please go see this.
Yeah, go see this and love this before film Twitter tells you it's overrated.
Yeah, exactly. And what I will say too, and I to not get too preachy, but it is Sunday after all.
Mhm.
Y'all say that you don't want to just see superhero movies and stuff. Support shit like this,
Yeah.
then. like go see stuff like this. Like for the love of God, like even like I know times are tight. If you have to go see on a $5 movie Tuesday, go see it on a $5 movie Tuesday. But like go see shit like this. It's important. Yeah, but this was fucking great. So yeah, please go see it. But yeah, y'all. You know, I was gonna review Punisher One More Kill. I will probably do that tonight later on when I review Is God Is, because I'm gonna go grab some lunch and review that. Nick had to step out, so Nick, thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on. Go ahead and check out Nick on the Afternoon Tune. You can go and check them out at twitch.tv/afternoon tune. Go ahead and check out Nick at Night and Day Nick. That's night, just a letter N, Day Nick. Check him out pretty much everywhere. Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. No, you're good, man. I'll just tell the people if you could. I think I got it all, but yeah, if you want to tell the people where they're gonna find you, man.
Oh yeah, you can find me on all the socials: Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, Letterboxd at 9day Nick. You can find me streaming on my channel, twitch.tv/9daynick. I do weekly TV and TV episode breakdowns. This week we're covering newest episode of Euphoria. We're also covering the series finale of The Boys. And you can also find me on my show proper, The Afternoon Tune, twitch.tv/afternoon tune.
So let me ask you real quick, man. Okay. So I'll probably finish Stranger Things in like October, but I'll be real.
I didn't even bother with the last episode.
The people who have talked to me about it are like, that's been like the consensus with people I know who watched it. Where are you on The Boys, man? Because I've heard a lot of shit about it. Like, so like, how are you feeling about the season?
I'm enjoying the season as a whole. I'm enjoying where the threads that we're getting in this final season. My only issue is like half of the episodes are just kind of a backdoor pilot or setup for Vought Rising, which is a spinoff that's coming later this year. And even though I say I like the episodes, it doesn't really feel like a final season.
Okay.
But you know, the series finale isn't out, so you know, maybe my opinion will change.
Okay, fair enough. I'm behind on The Boys, y'all. I haven't watched season 4. I haven't watched Gen V season 2. There won't be a season 3. But which it's so weird how Amazon cancels shit. Like it's so like Citadel is still on. Why is Citadel still on? Like I don't know anyone who watches it. Like you know what? Okay, real quick before I'm gonna go off about this real quick. Man, look, y'all know how I feel about Marvel. Y'all know that I like love the brand. I am concerned about Doomsday. I'm just gonna come out and say I'm worried, y'all. Like, because the Russos have been missing like a blind kid swinging out a pinata for like the last couple years. Like, y'all know how much I hate the Electric State. Like, oh god, that movie. Like, I'm concerned. Like, am I excited that we'll probably get, that we're gonna get Donut Lord in like the Cyclops costume proper? Sure. Am I excited that the Fantastic Four are gonna meet the Wakandans? Sure. Am I really worried that the Russos have said like, yeah, we'll use AI? Why not? Yes. Terrified. Am I really like I'm worried, y'all. Like, I'm sure that like Marvel's been very good with the Avengers films at worst. So it's like, I'm sure there'll be some popcorn moments, but the Russos' downfall since Endgame really needs to be studied, and they've just been fucking up. So I'm worried. I'm a little concerned.
I'm straight up. I could give a fuck less about Doomsday.
Fair.
I'm just kind of over it. It was like, it didn't help that this past week we got Matt Reeves on Twitter just dropping the entire cast of The Batman Part 2, just coming in like the Lord and Savior of goddamn geekdom.
Yeah. So like, look, y'all know my genuine love of Matt Reeves, the Batman. I think it's the second, third at worst best Batman film. if it's top 3, it's Mask of the Phantasm, Return of the Joker, by the way. But Matt Reeves dropping that cast list. I mean, shout out to Brian Tyree Henry, who crazy. He's been in a Marvel film. He's gonna be in a DC film. Good for you, brother.
And that's not even like
boy.
Marvel to DC. We got Scarlett Johansson and Sebastian Stan, which, if the rumors are true and Sebastian Stan is playing Harvey Dent, that is a generational casting.
Yeah, especially coming off a Different Man, which if y'all have not seen Different Man, y'all need to watch Different Man. That is a horrendously underrated performance by Stan. I can't wait to see what Reeves does with part 2, and the fact that there are rumors that it's going to be set in like winter. After watching the Black Phone 2, and it's just seeing what a winter backdrop can do.
We need more winter set, like,
give me
films.
Yeah, give me more winter gothy shit. God, I can't wait for the Batman Part 2. It's gonna be so good. But yeah, so Russo's prove me wrong. Like nail this shit. But
it's like I want to be more excited, but every time they get a microphone in their face, they could say like the dumbest comic book shit. Is like, yeah, our Spider-Man, he's not responsible for Uncle Ben's death. Which
which it's like, tell me, like, and I hate to say this, but it's true. That's like a Snyder level of misinterpretation and how to understand the character. Like, it's like that's so core to Spider-Man's origin and to who he is as a person and as a hero. And for you to come out and say that, like, that's the shit that worries me. It's just like, guys, like, can you just shut the fuck, like, stop. So, I mean, obviously I'll have a review for it when it comes out. Obviously I'll go see it, but goddamn, like, that's the shit that's making me go like, ooh, like that Ted Lasso gif. I'm just like, stop talking. But I digress. As in terms of what I have coming up, I'll have I might stream tonight. I might be too high playing Kingdom Hearts 2. I fully admit it. That's what I'm doing after this. But if I'm not streaming tonight, I will be streaming tomorrow night. Be reviewing Is God Is, Punisher One Last Kill, and this new horror movie Mimic that I'm gonna check out. That my friend Shannon, shout to Shannon, worked on. So I'm going to be reviewing that. It's kind of loosely based on a horror film in the 70s or 80s, which is kind of based off a Twilight Zone episode. So I should love it, but we'll see. But I'll have reviews up for that. I might go see Mandalorian Grogu. I don't know. Like
it's like I already agreed to cover it on the Toon, so I'm gonna end up seeing it. I don't know. It's like I love Star Wars so much, and you know, when it's good, it's fucking great. Like I on my Night and Day Nick channel, we did all of the Maul Shadow Lord, and that is just peak Star Wars animation. It's amazing television. But yeah, it's like everything I'm seeing about Mando and Grogu, it's like, well, y'all clearly didn't give a fuck, so why should I?
And that's honestly where I'm at. I am just like, okay, so I get out of work like around 5:30. There's a 5:40 like 3D showing. I'm like, maybe I take an edible and at least enjoy the 3D. But also I'm like, do I really
sounds like a waste of a good edible?
And that's kind of where I'm almost at too. Should I just wait for Disney Plus because this looks like just it's like slightly more expensive version of the show.
Yeah, it's like everything that we're seeing in the show, it just looks like they took all of the production value of season 3, which is, you know, the worst the show has looked, and you know, just put it in theaters. It was like there was a point where, you know, the show was where at least the pilot was shot by Greg fucking Fraser.
And it shows. Yeah, so I don't know. Like I might see it on Thursday. I'm gonna see how I'm feeling about it because there is that part of me that, and it's gonna sound so cold, but it's true, that's almost having the Lilo and Stitch vibes where I'm like, I should just wait and watch this at home. like should I really go to a theater and give you greedy fuckers money like to watch this, you know?
As long as it doesn't end with the Mandalorian abandoning Grogu to fuck off to college. It'll be better than the Lilo and Stitch remake.
I mean, that's true. Wait, is that how the remake?
That is legitimately how the Lilo and Stitch remake ends.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
she
what
just,
the fuck?
dumps Lilo on her fucking neighbor and goes off to college in California.
What the fuck? Okay, so I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the Lilo and Stitch remake because I'll be real, yo. I just didn't care. I was just like, I'm not watching this shit. So, oh wow, that like genuinely upsets me that's what the fuck. Oh, I hate that. God damn it. Well, cool. Now I'm gonna have to watch Lilo and Stitch just so I can review and see it.
just
now I'm feeling
so you can fact check that I am not bullshitting you.
Oh, I know you wouldn't bullshit me, but now I'm like, oh god, like I have to watch it to actually review it. But Jesus Christ, oh, that's bad. Anyways, what I will be reviewing this week is I Love Boosters because I want to see that shit. That looks great. Unlike the Mandalorian.
Yeah, it's like we got the new Boots Riley film. It's like, yeah, I'm there day one.
Oh, so there's a 5:35 screening of that. Yeah, Mando. Sorry, I'm not seeing you. I'd rather see I Love Boosters.
Fuck you, Pedro.
Yeah. I'd rather give I Love Boosters my money than Disney my money. So yeah, sorry, y'all. But I'll review for I Love Boosters this weekend. But yeah, that's a. You know what? Okay, I'm very curious what Mando's gonna make opening weekend because if that shit makes 200 million domestic, which it could
probably will. Because most of the fanfare for Devil Wears Prada is kind of dying down.
True.
It got back to number one. The Michael Jackson biopic is, I think, still like going strong at the box office.
Yeah, it is. It's like moonwalk away from his allegations. Like fuck us.
Okay. To be fair, the movie, the time period the movie covers, it doesn't go that far.
I mean, I kind of figured
like bad, so they don't have to cover any of that.
Well, I think that's going to be interesting because I already said they're working on sequels. Like, how do you dance around that? Like, do you go like? Does it end with him marrying Lisa Marie Presley? Like, is that where you stop it? Like, because like you have to stop it somewhere. So it's like, where do you stop it to kind of dance around the shit? Like, it's going to be. I don't even want to say interesting because I'm not going to see the sequel. I had someone ask me on Blue Sky, like, "Are you going to review Michael?" I'm like, "Not in theaters. You think I'm going to pay to see that shit?" It's like if I want to pay to be uncomfortable, I'd go to church still and tithe. Like fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not paying you guys money for a Michael Jackson quote movie. Fuck out of here. So yeah, I'll have a review for I Love Boosters upcoming this week, and then the following week is my birthday. Yay! So I will have a review for Masters of the Universe because fuck y'all, I want to watch that shit. That looks like a perfect smoke a bowl before I watch it and cheer and laugh my ass off, and hopefully it's good. I actually hope it's good. Oh god, I forgot the Breadwinner comes out soon. Ugh, no, thank you. I'm not seeing that shit. What I am going to check out is Backrooms, though. I am going to see that shit. I'm hyped for Backrooms.
Another YouTuber turned horror filmmaker.
Is it? God damn.
Yeah, King Parsons got to start on YouTube.
Hey, good for y'all. Like, see, people get on YouTube. Put some effort in. But yeah, we'll have all those reviews coming up for y'all. I am gonna have I'll probably reveal that next time I stream. But I have a list of stuff I'm gonna review for Pride Month next month, as well as for my birthday month. So a couple things off the top of my head I think of. Lord of the Rings trilogy. I'll be reviewing that. I know Canada's gonna want to be on for those. So Bradley, I'll have you on. I'm gonna review The Birdcage because I haven't watched that in a minute. Plus I just really want to rewatch The Birdcage. What else? God damn it, I'm totally blanking right now. But yeah, I'll have some stuff for Pride Month and for my birthday month next month in terms of special reviews. So I'm really excited to bring some of those to y'all. But yeah, y'all, just in closing, I'll say I know the world's a lot. The world's insane right now. Like I don't So yeah, Nick, you were right, man. The budget for Obsession was $750K.
Nice.
That's wild.
I love being right.
I know you do. That's insane that it looks that good for 750. Like that is goddamn good for you. But everyone, I know the world's a lot right now, so please check in on your people. There's a lot of people who are going through shit right now that they're not verbalizing. So please check in on your people. Send some good vibes to your boy. I've got some stuff in the works that could be very good, and I will just leave it at that because I don't want to jinx it. But everyone, stay safe out there. Take care of each other. Give someone a hug. Give someone a compliment. Yeah. And Nick, thank you so much for being on, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, anytime.
Man.
It's like it's kind of a weird point where Obsession came out, and Josh has been out of town for a minute, so I haven't had a chance to like get my thoughts about the movie on the record. But yeah, this is a pleasure.
Yeah, dude, I really appreciate you coming on. Oh yeah, one last thing, because I'm like looking ahead to like what's coming out here soon. What the fuck is like what's coming out this is there anything good in June outside of Backrooms? Like I'm like and hopefully Masters in the Universe? Like
I'm not sure. I think like July is going to be like the big heavy hitter month.
Yeah, because I know July we got the Odyssey and Spider-Man. Like I know that. I mean that alone makes July like yeah. So I'm very curious what. Oh yeah, Toy Story. Toy Story is in June, I think.
Oh right.
I think that's 30. I think it's like the 20 like the 28th or something like that. But yeah, I'm excited for Toy Story. That's I mean yeah, we got some stuff coming up. But yeah, y'all. But thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. I just got real tired all of a sudden. But got reviews coming up this week. Stay safe out there. Take care of each other. Never forget, as always, to keep it real. Nick, thanks again, man. Appreciate you. And y'all have a good rest of your Sunday. Cheers.